everybody.
Good evening, Mike.
How are you, Bruce?
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Giordano. How are you?
Hi, Maxine. How are you?
Hi. So we're,
Hi, Maxine. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me.
how are you?
Okay, good. Please let me know if I need to mute myself or if that's something you guys can
We'll
control.
mute you. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I haven't seen any pictures lately.
I think I see everybody now.
Mark,
Any of my pictures?
Yeah, on Facebook.
Oh, I don't really go on Facebook too
No?
much. More of an Instagram guy.
Mark, is that you?
It is me.
Hi.
Hi.
You look like you're in a dark place.
I'm at home.
Oh. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Mark. Hi, Max.
Hey,
Good to see you.
how are you guys?
anybody hear me or see me?
We
Me?
cannot see you. We can hear
I
you.
hear you.
I hear you, but I don't
Hey.
see you.
I'm not sure how to get my picture on here because I got a camera video set.
Well, I can see you,
Okay,
and I can hear you.
You can see Lyle? Bruce?
No,
No,
I can
I
only see
can
his
see
name
Tom.
flashing across the
Yeah,
screen.
it's Lyle. Lyle's asking, and we cannot see Lyle.
No, I cannot see him either.
Okay, I can't. I
I
can
can
see
see-
Maxine.
Yes, I can see David. I can see Tom. I can see Bruce. I can see Harvey. Cannot see Lyle.
Okay, I can't see Harvey and I can't see Lyle. What happens if I push this blue arrow?
I think you can't see.
Oh, hi Al, how are you?
Maxine, hi there. I'm not sure if I should be in the on now.
Just pretend you're in our council room.
I'm sorry.
Just pretend you're in our council room. You'd be here. You're okay, you're fine.
Okay.
Oh, I see Harvey.
I'm here,
How are you?
alive and kicking.
I see Tom. Tom, my buddy, you're coming in from Maine.
This is BS broadcast from Maine.
Good for you. I'm jealous.
Beautiful days.
All right, now let's see who I am missing. Lyle, do you have the agenda in front of you?
yes, I do.
Okay. 'Cause I still can't see you. I can only see your name.
Lyle, can you see us?
Yes, I can see everybody.
All right, that's more important that you can see us rather than we can see you. But are you sure you can't hit your video down in the corner and turn you on?
Where in the corner? I have no idea.
It's in the bottom left-hand corner. There should be a microphone and there should be a video camera.
Oh, my.
No?
It shows on the participants list that his video is off. So who's the host? They can probably put it on for him if he can't.
Wait a minute, I see.
I'm gonna try right now.
Ah.
Oh, there he goes. He just
There you
went.
are. Well, you popped on for a second, Lyle, and then you popped off.
Really?
Yeah, we saw you for
His
half a
face was
second.
just on.
Okay, bear with me.
I don't know what happened. Watch.
Oh, so I don't have any of that.
I don't know who that is.
I'm not sure how to.
He's not here.
Okay, and this one?
Heck is that?
Whatever you did, Lyle, it worked for a moment.
Oh, there he is.
There you are. Don't touch anything.
Let me see
He's not
that.
here
Okay,
yet.
I won't touch anything, I'm good. What are you doing?
Good.
Oh, George Falco. He's not here. I don't know who that Brad Moore is.
I have no idea. I can
Oh,
ask.
I know who it is. It's the applicant's attorney.
Now we have to work on your sound, Mr. Chairman, because you sound,
Okay, there you are.
All right, how do I get my, so I have all the. Oh, hold on.
Not your audio, switching to mobile phone. Okay, Stan, that's fine.
Okay, see everybody's up here now? Yours is a little
That
bit.
better?
How's that?
Okay, good.
How's that for my microphone? Can everybody hear me now?
We can hear you.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I have 1, 2,
is that Paula?
3, 4. I have 5 members. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think that's it for right now.
Okay, we do have a quorum.
Mark?
Yeah, you have a quorum. You only needed 4 for a quorum. You have 5.
Okay, so you want to call it to order?
Lyle, it's all you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Township of Aberdeen Zoning Board of Adjustments public meeting, August 12th, 2020. Would everybody, I guess you have to stand for it. Would everybody
Yes, I
please?
have a flag right behind me.
Okay.
Right here.
Oh, would everybody
All
please?
stand and salute it.
Okay, everybody stand and salute.
Can you all see it?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
The Republic.
and to the republic for which it stands,
One
one nation,
under
under
God,
God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public Meeting Act. Notice of this meeting has been published in the appropriate newspapers on July 29th and July 30th, 2020. Maxine, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Brenner,
Here.
Mr. Bucko,
Here.
Mr. Byak, Mr. Falco, Mrs. Friedman, Mr. Phillips,
Here.
Mr. Phelps,
Here.
Mr. Sinclair.
Here.
May I offer one observation, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, please.
For those of you who may not be familiar with Zoom and Zoom recordings, anything that you put in chat is recorded. So if you don't want it to appear in a permanent record, don't write it, don't say it, don't think it.
Okay, very good.
Great.
Thank you, Harvey.
Thank you very much. First order of business would be,
Lyle, do the minutes first.
yeah, we might as well get them out of the way. Can I have a motion to accept the February 26th and March 11th minutes in the public meetings?
Motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstained? So accepted.
Okay. Number 1, Brown.
Yes, Maxine? Yes, first order of business, next order of business would be V19-101 Brown, 45 Willow Avenue.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
What
Who's
happened?
Paula, or is Paula sharing her screen?
Hold on.
Okay.
All right, so Mr. Chairman, we have a letter from Anthony Brown and Michelle Brown, who are the applicants. This application was approved by the board by resolution back on March 27th of last year. And they're asking for, well, they're asking for 2 years, but really the statute only allows you to give a 1-year extension.
Right.
They're indicating that they believe that they've suffered unfortunate circumstances with his job, and they weren't able to proceed with their construction as planned. Things are looking better, and they're planning for construction this fall or next spring. So it's up to the board whether they want to grant an extension or not. But I don't believe this board's routinely given these unless there is a really dramatic reason why they should not. And I don't think the zoning has changed or conditions have changed since March of 19 that would really be a reason why not to do it.
Okay, considering the COVID-19 epidemic that we're suffering right now, I see no reason why not to extend that up to the limit that we can.
Paula, you can take that down now.
All right,
I will move to grant the 1-year extension.
Second.
Mr. Brenner? Mr. Brenner?
Aye.
Mr. Bucko?
Yes.
Mr. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Phelps?
yes.
Mr. Sinclair?
Yes.
Question.
Okay, number 2, Paula? Northeast Homes?
Maxine?
That's a question.
Yes.
I guess this is for Mark. We can give them a 1-year extension. Can they get another extension after that year is up?
Yes, they can.
Okay, thank you.
That will go to our, Maxine, second would be B18-113 Northeast.
Yes. Northeast Homes.
Okay.
It's another
B18
extension. Here's the letter from the board attorney.
And again, Mr. Chairman, this is the same issue. This approval was memorialized the same day as the previous application. There must be something about March 27, 2019. I believe he also indicates that he's had some issues and he's asking for a 1-year extension as well.
And considering the COVID-19 epidemic that we're going through right now, I see no reason not to. Does anybody else on the board have any objections?
No.
Okay, then can I get a motion to extend this?
I'll make the motion to extend the variance for 1 year.
Second.
Who's second? Pardon me. Mr. Brenner?
Aye.
Mr. Bucko?
Yes.
Mr. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Phelps?
Yes.
Mr. Sinclair?
Yes.
Caller number 3, Brisbois?
Okay.
Okay, so I will have, Maxine, I'll have resolutions extending the time at the next meeting, okay?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
B20-103 Rezesbos, 462 Atlantic Avenue.
Brisbois?
Yes, I'm
Number
here.
3, Brisbois. That's it.
All right. So this is Mr. Chairman, this is an application. The applicant is looking to construct a 30-foot by 40-foot detached garage. There are 2 variances associated with the application. There's a building height variance, whereas 10 feet is only 10 feet are permitted, 15.9 feet is being proposed. And for accessory building coverage, only 5% is permitted. And once this is constructed, it would be 5.9%. The exhibits I have marked into evidence are Exhibit A1 is the zoning permit application. Exhibit A2 is the survey dated February 24th, 1998. And Exhibit A3 are the plans from Pioneer Pole Buildings. That consists of 3 sheets, and it also includes a photograph of the proposed garage. And that's what we're looking at right now. Thank you, Paula.
You're welcome.
If Mr. Reisbos, he's here, right?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can see you. Okay, can you just raise your right hand? I'm going to swear you in. Do you swear any testimony you'll give this evening will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
And you are the applicant, correct?
Yes.
All right, why don't you just tell us what it is you're trying to do?
All right. Well, I've been an Aberdeen resident for 31 years, and my wife is a lifelong resident, so we've been around for a while. And the house that we presently own is the one we've been in it for 31 years. So now what I'm looking to do is to put up a garage, basically for two antique cars and also for my wife's car, and then have a little work area for myself where if I want to work on a lawnmower, snow blower, some gardening, whatever. And I will have a few pieces of machinery because I do enjoy working, with wood as a hobby. So that's basically what that's going to be for. Half of it will be for the cars, so 600 square feet. And then the other 600 square feet will be a little workspace for myself.
How many cars can fit in there?
It's 30 feet wide facing the road, so I can get 3 cars in the front, so and it's 20 feet deep. And the remainder in the back is going to be for myself. So you could theoretically,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
You could theoretically fit 6 cars in there very comfortably. I'm not using it for 6 cars, I'm using it for 3.
All right, and so there's obviously going to be electric in the building?
There will be electric in the building, yes.
Is there any water in the building?
No water.
Okay, so if we make it a condition of approval that there be no water into the building, would you accept that?
Absolutely.
Thank you. And the reason we do that, just so you know, is we want to make sure it does not become a living space.
Okay. Understood.
So, Mr. Chairman, I don't have anything else.
Maxine, is there any backset?
Sorry?
Is he within the 10 feet or 9 feet of property line?
He meets the setback. He meets
Okay.
the setbacks, it's just the height.
It's the height and the accessory building coverage.
Okay.
I have a question about also the accessory coverage, because I've been reading some of the minutes in the past, and from what I'm reading in the minutes, it's been 8%, but yet on this application, I see it's 5%, so I'm not sure if it's 8 or 5.
Be based on your zone where you live. That's just my guess.
Well,
Yeah,
I was reading on one in Cliffwood where, on Goulden Street, and from what the minute said, that it was 8% coverage.
Yeah,
Now,
but that's a different zone.
Different zone.
it's also a smaller lot too.
That doesn't mean anything. It every zone has a different. I don't know the answer to your question. I have to assume that the zoning officer, when he denied your application, did it correctly. But if you can't cite to one zone in comparison to another zone, the standards do change per zone.
Okay.
Mr. Brisbois, do you have photos of your house and surrounding houses?
I have photos of the house, which I gave to Maxine. Do I have
Can you
any?
put the photos up, please?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to mark in the photographs of the house. How many photographs do we have, Paula? Are there just 2?
There's 4, I believe.
Mhm.
All right, 4 of the house. We'll mark that in as Exhibit A4, photos of the house. 4 photos. Okay.
Bedrooms, how many bathrooms?
There's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 full baths.
And are there any other residences there with 3-car garages?
Well, there's 2 pole buildings across the street from my house on Atlantic Avenue. I don't know the addresses off the top of my head, which are comparable to what I have.
I did a Google Maps satellite view. It looks like one house does have a 2-car detached garage.
There's a house to the right about 4 houses over that has a pole building in the back. And there's a house to the left of me about 3 houses over that has a pole building in the back. And not even comparable size property. My property is bigger. You know, my lot is 113 feet left to right, and it's almost 200 feet deep. So my pole building is actually going to be 60 feet. I'll have 60 feet behind the pole building. You know, and I have a wooded lot, which the church owns to the right of me, and I have a wooded lot, which the high school owns to the left of me. And then behind me is the vocational school. So I have no neighbors per se, you know, with the exception of neighbors across the street.
I have no further questions.
You can take them down, Paul. Thank you.
You have a question?
Do I have a question?
I was asking Tom.
No, oh,
He had a question. Would there be any way that you could come within the requirements where you wouldn't need a variance? It's a pretty big building.
well, if you're talking about, if you did the math on it, 5% would be 1,140 square feet. So I'm asking for 1,200 square feet. So that's the size. I can get a smaller one, which would be considerably smaller and would be well under the 5%. But this is what I'm trying to work with, where I would have some storage and then be able to put the cars in there. So if you're talking about, you know, 1,140 square feet versus 1,200 square feet, it's minimal. I can't hear you.
This is custom built or it's like off the
Well,
shelf?
no, it's not custom built. You basically pick a size from their website. So, you know, this is the size, the 30 by 40, which is, if I go to a custom size, then it's going to probably double in price because, you know, it's not a standard package.
I guess my concern is in looking at the photo of the proposed building, as well as your survey, that the accessory structure is almost as large as the primary structure
That is
in
correct.
terms of square footage
That is
or
correct.
footprint.
That is correct. You know, and also, if I may say, our house was a little bungalow when we first purchased it back in '89. And back in '93, we put in addition, so we more than doubled the size of our house. My wife and I had thought about making it a little bit bigger because it isn't quite big enough. So if we were to do that down the road, you know, then you're right. I mean, the house would be bigger than the accessory structure. Right now, the house is a little bit bigger. You're correct.
But marginally, not significantly.
Marginally, correct. But
So
you-
my only concern is that, you know, what we consider accessory structures usually are significantly smaller than the primary structure on the property. In this case, it would look, in my estimation, as if there are two primary buildings on the lot. The other questions I have are in terms of the finish of the building. It looked like from the photos that you put up that your house was beige in color. The photo we see is gray or black.
Yeah, the house is actually, it's a gray with a hint of blue. It's really gray. The accessory structure is a gray, they call ash gray, which is as close as I can get from that manufacturer. And if I could say also, my house is roughly 52 feet wide in the front, where the pole, you know, the building in the back is probably, it's actually 30 feet wide. So it's almost half the width from the front.
Understood, and that's where my dilemma comes in. From the Atlantic Avenue, if you look back, it doesn't look quite as large as it really is. But when you take a bird's eye view, the footprint is almost the same size as the primary structure. But that's okay. I have no more questions.
Lyle, we can't hear you if you're talking. All right, we can hear you now.
Oh, you can hear me now? Okay. My question to the board is, does this structure look like it fits in with the rest of the neighborhood?
I would say typically not, but based on his location, where he is wooded, he, I guess, backs up to the vocational. And I guess the question would be, After the structure is in, is it gonna be still surrounded by trees? No trees being taken down?
No trees being taken down.
That's all I have.
I'll back up on that. There might be one tree that may be taken down, one. And the only reason is the risk of it possibly falling on the building. I had somebody in there, they suggested that I take one tree down. I'm on the fence whether, I don't really like taking it down, so I'm kind of on the fence whether I will or not.
That in regard, how many trees will be around this structure? Will there be any trees around it that could fall on it?
Well, being I live in basically the woods, if you will, there are woods that border my property line. So yes, there's, 20, 30, 50 trees along my property line that potentially could fall on the building because it is a wooded lot,
Directly behind you?
I can't hear you.
Lyle, you dropped out again.
Dropped out again?
Yes, we can hear you now. Now we can't hear
and-
you.
Again?
Now we hear you.
Okay.
Thank you.
My question was, what is directly behind your property? The next lot behind your property is what?
Vocational?
The vocational school,
Actually, it's the church. Wooded property.
well, no, the vocational school is behind us. The property shoots straight back.
Lyle, we can't hear you.
I hear you.
I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on with you.
I don't know either.
Connection.
Not muted. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. It's like when you stop talking and turn your head, it stops for some reason.
No, can't hear you.
Nope, can't hear you now. Nope, cannot hear you.
Hear me now?
We can hear you now, yes.
Okay.
And now we can't hear you again.
No.
Again.
Now we can.
Right.
These virtual
Um,
meetings are going to be the death of me.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to stay as close to my
All
speaker as I can.
clear.
It's possible that he's switching off screens and looking at a different window. and
No,
cut-
no. I didn't do a thing.
Oh.
But you can still hear me.
We can hear you now, yes.
No,
Okay. Maxine, can you pick me up?
I can hear you now.
And now we can't.
Now I can't.
My goodness. What is
Are
going
you
on?
touching anything?
No, I'm not touching a thing. And I'm as close to my computer as I can get.
All right. Lyle, do you have any more questions?
No, I was going to open up to the board
Okay.
to see if there was going to be a motion.
Well, no, we have to open to the public first.
I'm sorry, to public.
Yeah, is there anyone in the public who'd like to speak on this application? I see that I hear none, Mr. Chairman, so if you're okay, we're in line for a vote.
Got a motion to either accept or reject the motion. Accept or deny the application.
Make a motion to approve?
I'll second it.
Okay.
Mr. Brenner?
Yes.
Mr. Bucko?
Yes.
Mr. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Phelps?
Yes.
Mr. Sinclair?
Yes.
At the application.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Give me a call tomorrow. I'll explain what happens next.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.
You too.
Caller number 4.
Or you can still hear me?
We can still hear you.
Okay, great. V20-106 Giordano, 2 Jason Street.
All right, Mr. Chairman, and I know Mr. Giordano is here. This is an application to install a 6-foot white vinyl fence in a second front yard, which is Nathan Court. and it's within 2 feet of the sidewalk, which of course, as we know, fences, 6-foot fences are not permitted in the front yards. But this is, again, this is a second front yard. It's not his main front yard. The exhibits I have to mark in are Exhibit A1 is the zoning permit application. Exhibit A2 is the survey dated February 27th, 2017, with the fences drawn upon the survey, hand drawn. And then A3 are 3 photographs showing the property conditions. So Mr. Giordano, if you can just raise your right hand, we'll swear you in. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give this evening will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And you are the applicant, correct?
Yes.
All right. I just have just so I understand, is the wood fence that also was shown on the photographs, is that coming down and this fence would be replacing it?
Yeah, that wood fence is in pretty bad shape. It's wobbly. It's falling apart. It's probably the original fence. I moved here 3 years ago, so it's most likely the original fence from the 80s. So yeah, that will be replaced. That will be taken down and replaced.
Okay, so why don't you just, so basically, if I understand, you're looking to put in the new white vinyl fence to replace the wood fence, again, just to basically serve the same purpose as the wood fence, but you're moving it out a little bit further towards the sidewalk to match it up with your neighbor's fence. Is that accurate?
Yes, exactly.
Mr. Chairman, that's all I have. And Lyle, if you're talking, we cannot hear you.
Hear me, okay.
Now we can.
Okay. I'm opening this up to the board for any questions to the applicant.
So the 3 photos that we received as part of our packet, one of them looks like 3 little cones with a line drawn from them. Is that where the fence is going to move from the wood fence location that's shown to about 4 or 5 feet from the sidewalk?
That is correct. I'm moving the fence line to the cone on the right, which is about 8 feet or 10 feet, which still gives me about 4.5 feet to the curb. I mean, 4.5 feet to the sidewalk, 12 feet to the curb.
And this would line up with the white fence of your neighbor that we see all the way in the long shot.
Correct.
Okay. Would it be the same type and materials as your neighbors so that it would look as one unified?
Yes, I would shop for the same exact style, shape, and all that, yes.
So you'd be okay if we stipulated that in the approval?
As long as it's something that's still on the market. If not, it would be the closest thing possible. I'm not looking to get kind of see through the, I don't know if it's called a veneer on the top. The
lattice?
The lattice, that's right, not veneer.
Yeah, Mr. Giuliano, I think what we'll make as a condition is that it has to match the fence. It doesn't have to be the exact same make and model. Okay. It has to match the fence. Mr. Brenner, that's what your mindset was?
Yeah, so that this isn't going to be beige vinyl and that's white vinyl or, black vinyl, because now they're coming out with all other colors.
It happens to be that my back fence is his back fence. So for me to get any other type of fence would not really suit me as well. So yes, I would get something almost exactly, if not exactly the same.
And it would be installed best side out?
Yes, with those fences, they are best side on both sides. So, but if it did come the other way, I would give best side out.
Okay. No further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, this is to Mr. Giordano. Your existing fence, does that go all the way out perpendicular and meet up with your neighbor's fence right now?
It meets my neighbor's fence, but as you can see in the photo, it's a few feet shy, about 8 to 10 feet shy.
Neighbor's fence, is that on his property line?
That's his fence. Yes, that's his fence, his property line.
It goes all the way to his property line, which is technically your property line.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Bruce.
Thank you. The existing fence also covers the front yard. What will replace it? Or do you plan to replace that section of fence?
Well, that fence is, that's what the variance is for, is to replace that fence with the 6-foot vinyl fence.
In the second side yard, the second front yard, I should say, but we're talking the actual front yard.
The second front yard will still be the 6-foot vinyl fence, and that's where I'm hoping to extend it the additional 8 feet, 10 feet.
Yes, I understand that. That's what we're talking, the Nathan Court side of the property.
Right.
All right, but the fence that would be facing on Jason Street would be the front yard. What fence, if any, will be there?
That would be a continuous of that 6-foot vinyl fence.
So you're talking about putting a 6-foot vinyl fence in the front yard?
More than
Yes.
5 feet
Yeah, but
back.
Mr. Sinclair, they don't need a variance for that. It's because
Oh.
it's set far enough back.
I see. Thank you for clarifying that point.
You're welcome.
There was no concern about
Sorry.
site, no concern about site going around the corner when that fence is up all the way?
No.
No.
The yellow that I have here on the drawing is essentially what you're asking for the fence, correct, Mr. Giordano?
Correct.
This is going to be your neighbor's fence, and you want to replace your wood with what's in this yellow
Correct.
and move this one out to Nathan Court.
Correct.
Okay. Sorry, Mr. Lexstein, you can't mark this into evidence. but-
Well, I mean, we have it. You just, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just not your highlighted version. It's
Right.
fine.
Remember, everything's being recorded.
I don't even think it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have any questions for the applicant?
We're going to the public?
Yes, we're going to open to the public.
Okay.
If there's anybody in the public who has any questions for the board or the applicant, would you please indicate so? I take it, Mark, do you see anybody raising their hand?
No, there's nobody here, and no one's raising their hand.
Raising her hand.
To whether approve or deny this application?
Move that the application be accepted?
Second,
Mr. Brenner,
aye.
Mr. Bucko,
Yes.
Mr. Phillips,
Yes.
Mr. Phelps, Mr. Sinclair.
Yes.
Mr. Giordano, you can call me tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate all
Thank
the
you.
help.
Congratulations and have a good night.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
Okay. Mark, did you send out any of the resolutions?
No,
No.
these are, you have them in your packet. These were homemade resolutions by Maxine, presumably. There are two resolutions, Mr. Chairman. One is, you should have them in your package. Resolution Z3A is to appoint Paula Ramsey as the
yes.
Assistant Secretary.
Yes. All right, can we do them both at one time, or?
You can. I mean, just before we do it, I just want to make sure everyone is okay with changing the time to 6:30 for the future meetings, correct? Well, Lyle may be saying no, we can't hear him.
I'm saying yes.
Okay. All right, so if that's the case, yes, you can do them both at the same time as long as everybody's in agreement. I just wanted to point that out.
All right.
So
Well,
I will
yes.
move that we accept the two resolutions, Z3A and Z4A, 7A, as presented.
Second,
Just by voice vote, correct?
You can do it by voice vote, that's fine.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, go ahead.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? So moved.
Welcome, Paula.
Thank you.
You did a great job tonight.
Thank you.
Very good.
And
I wish my audio was working, my mic.
You just got to tilt your camera down a little bit so that we can see you smile. See us from here up.
Can you read lips?
Much better.
Okay, can you read lips?
there you go.
All right. Motion to adjourn?
Is,
Okay, when's the next meeting?
26th, please try to be here,
Okay,
When?
important.
Is it the same
26.
login credentials, Maxine, or will you send new ones each
There'll
time?
be different ones. You'll
Each
be
time.
sent The day of the
Okay.
meeting.
Okay.
all right. With that, can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
You betcha.
second.
Somebody gonna second that?
Bruce did.
Bruce did, okay. With that, this meeting is adjourned. Everybody stay online. Wait for, Maxine, did you stop recording?